Hey everybody, Exotic Gaming here. Today I'm going to give you all 15 easy and effective ways to reduce lag and make Call of Duty Mobile run better on your device. It doesn't matter if you have a high-end device or a low-end device. This video will help everybody. So if it does, please take a second and hit that like button and subscribe down below for more videos, tips and tricks videos for Call of Duty Mobile just like this. I spent a lot of time on this video, so all I ask is for you to show your support. Thank you so much, guys, and with that being said, let's get into tip number 1. Alright guys, so to start things off, the first thing I would recommend everyone to do is to make sure their phone never overheats. When your phone gets too hot, it starts to lag a lot more. So there's a lot of different ways you can actually stop your phone from overheating altogether. If you live in a cold place with lots of snow, you could literally just walk outside with your phone for a few minutes. But the easiest way that works for everybody is to just use a fan. Have the fan positioned so it's blowing on the back of your phone when you're playing Call of Duty Mobile, and it cools it down pretty effectively. Also, avoid playing outside in a super hot climate on a sunny day where the sun is blasting down on your phone screen. Try to play at least in the shade or, better yet, an air-conditioned building, and it'll help more than you think. If you have other methods to cool down your phone, leave them down below in the comments because any different tip may be best for somebody else. Second, and this one is very obvious, but I'm still going to tell you about it because it's a huge help for beginning players who might not understand the game too well. You need to play on the lowest graphics settings possible and the highest FPS settings possible. I always say this, you can sacrifice graphics because in the end, that just makes the game look nice, but you can't sacrifice your frames. It's better to play on low graphics and get steady, consistent 30 frames per second. Of course, this also means you should turn off all other graphics settings in the game. Just go to your settings, and if you see anything that doesn't seem absolutely necessary to turn on, just turn it off. The more settings turned off, generally the better. From there, you can slowly turn on more and more settings until you reach your device's limits. My third way to reduce lag is to turn off something called animation scale in developer options. This is going to be for Android users. It's going to be a little different for every device, but what you need to do is go to your device settings and search build number. After you find it, you need to tap where it says build number 7 times, and eventually you will unlock developer options. After you go into developer options, scroll down until you see the drawing section and lower the window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale to either 0.5 times or completely off. When you turn these down, it reduces the animations your device has, so it will open up apps faster and basically make things feel more instant. It doesn't work for everyone, but it's worth a shot. You can always turn the animation back to 1 times if you like it better. The fourth effective way to reduce lag is to reduce or completely eliminate background app processes. The more stuff that runs in the background on your phone, the slower it'll be in COD Mobile. You want your phone to use all of its power on just this one game. So for Android, you go to your app settings, find an app that doesn't really matter too much to you, like a different game or even Facebook or Google. Find battery settings for that app and make sure you turn off the ability for the app to run in the background. For iOS devices, it's even simpler. Go to General Settings, Background App Refresh, and turn off everything you don't want running in the background. Facebook, YouTube, Google, and some other apps love to do background app processes, so start with those things first, and you should start to notice your phone speed up. If you want to go even more crazy with this setting on Android, you can go to your developer options, scroll down to the apps section, and limit the background process limit to maybe 1 or 2. Sometimes that works even better. Fifth, make sure you have storage space available. I mean, it's such an easy thing to look over, but to put it quite simply, if you are running out of storage on your phone, it's going to start to slow down. I would recommend keeping at least 15 to 20% of your phone storage freed up, okay? So the best things you can actually do to get extra storage on your phone is to download any one of the many cloud photo apps out there, Dropbox, Google Photos, iCloud Photos, or anything else, and then put your biggest photos and videos there. Also, when you send videos and photos through text messages, it takes up space, so delete the text message conversations that aren't relevant anymore. Also, delete any apps, movies, and files that you don't want anymore. Good? All right, so now that's that done, the sixth way to reduce lag is to go to your Call of Duty Mobile settings, and in graphics settings, scroll down to where shader preload is. Every single time you open up Call of Duty Mobile from now on, this is the first thing you should do. You need to start the shader preload. It literally says directly in the app that shader preload can effectively reduce lag in-game. What this setting does is it loads all of the textures of the game in cache beforehand, so it doesn't need to load them on the fly whenever you join a match. It will end up using more RAM when you do this, but if your phone can handle it, it will reduce lag. It's definitely worth a shot, and you need to do this every single time you close out and reopen Call of Duty. Number 7. If you have an inbuilt game booster, use it. Many different devices have their own gaming mode, and it seems like more and more phones are coming out with this type of setting. Even my $100 Motorola phone with like 2 gigs of RAM that I bought for a YouTube video has a crude version of a gaming mode. Depending on your device, you can do everything from blocking background processes, disabling notifications, focusing more of your phone's RAM on that one single game, and on the Nubia phones, you can literally turn on your built-in fan to help cool down your phone. It's hugely beneficial, and these phone companies always add game modes for a reason. They know their devices best, and they want you to use these modes to get the most out of your phone. So do it! And if you don't have a built-in game boosting app, for our 8th tip of the video, you can download an external game boosting app. Now you have to be careful because a lot of the times they don't even work, but generally some of the most downloaded and highest rated apps work pretty well. Here is CC Cleaner on Android, for instance, and you can do everything from a quick clean, which will remove unnecessary cache from your device, freeing up memory and space, a memory fixer, and a lot more. Or here is Game Booster 4 times. With this app, you can add COD Mobile to it, and then open up the game directly from the app, and it actually helps. When I played COD Mobile on my $39 tablet, I used this app, and it gave me a noticeable difference. Try a couple of apps out, delete the ones you don't like, and keep your favorites. So for the 9th tip I have for reducing lag in Call of Duty Mobile is something not enough people talk about, and it's literally so simple. Wait a bit before joining each match. It may not seem like much, but if you join in match after match in quick succession without ever taking a break between matches, you'll start to notice more lag the longer you play. It seems pretty obvious, but yeah, if you just wait a little bit in between each match that you play, especially in any type of ranked match, you'll notice your game will perform just a little bit better. Obviously, it is a little annoying though to have to wait, so I'd probably try out the other tips of this video first before this one. But something you should definitely start doing now is the 10th tip of this video. Coincidentally, this is probably the most important one. Do not play Call of Duty Mobile, or any game for that matter, when you're charging your phone. When you charge your phone while playing a game, it gets extremely hot, which results in the overheating lag that we talked about in the beginning of the video. But not only that, if you use your phone a ton while you're charging, it actually decreases overall battery life quite quickly, and that's obviously really bad for your phone. Another thing, try not to use a third-party charger as well. These off-brand chargers have different wattages, and they're not meant for your specific device, so they actually hurt the battery life on the phone in the long run. Try to use the charger that came with your device only. On to tip number 11, and this one is another fairly obvious one. Disconnect other devices on your Wi-Fi if you're noticing lag. If you're playing on Wi-Fi and you have a lot of connection issues and the game lags a lot, it might not even be because of your device. So you should check and see just how many devices are running on your Wi-Fi. Maybe there's a Google Home you never use anymore, or someone else is doing updates on a smart TV. Your Wi-Fi router can only handle so much, and if there's a ton of activity on it, it's not going to abandon everything and only focus on your device. It'll divide the Wi-Fi out to every connected device evenly, and that means your internet sort of sucks. So just check how many devices are using your Wi-Fi, okay? The 12th tip of this video is this. Close out of every app on your phone that you have open, and close out of Call of Duty periodically and restart your device. The reason you want to exit out of Call of Duty maybe once every hour or so is because your game starts to build up cache, and that puts a lot more storage filled up on your phone. When you close out of Call of Duty and, most important, restart your device entirely, you will delete that cache entirely. Like, you won't even need a third-party app like CCleaner to do that for you. There's still a reason to obviously use CCleaner anyways, and that's because you don't have to go through the effort of restarting your entire device, but this is an option for everyone else who doesn't feel like using that app. And getting pretty close to the end here, the 13th tip of this video is to make sure your device does not have any viruses. This is a much more common thing to happen on Android devices, especially some of the lower end ones that don't have that much antivirus protection, but do keep in mind it can happen on iOS devices as well, so be aware. There are a lot of different antivirus apps out there, and most of them do pretty much the same thing, so you probably shouldn't spend any money on one, but basically run the antivirus test and see if it comes up with anything. There's always a chance that it won't find everything, but they can generally detect some of the more common basic viruses that often slow down your phone. And for the 14th tip of this video, the most complex tip of this video, you can actually lower the resolution on your phone temporarily so it can run games better. If you think about it, the lower the resolution, the fewer pixels on your screen and the less your device has to render. I made an entire video a long time ago explaining exactly how to do this on an Android device with a PC, and I will link it down below in the description, but basically you will be using a few different programs to temporarily lower your screen resolution. And the best thing, it's really easy to revert it right back to the way your phone was originally. So it's not a permanent thing. I've heard that some Samsung devices also have a special setting on their phone where they can lower the resolution from the device without a PC, but I don't have one on me, so I can't verify. Samsung users, check out on YouTube if that's the case, and comment down below if it's true. And finally, to wrap everything up, if you're still encountering a lot of lag from all the past 14 tips, my 15th tip is to simply play a game mode that doesn't have as many score streaks with explosions and anything that would make it difficult for your device to render smoothly. So that means domination, TDM, frontline, free-for-all, battle royale. All of those would not be the best game modes. You're going to have to stick with a game mode like Search and Destroy, where you don't have persistence and all that thermite spamming to worry about. All that stuff can strain your device just a bit, so if you really want to just try and find the most relaxed game modes, generally Search and Destroy fits the bill. That's the way you're going to get your best and smoothest gameplay. And with all that being said, that wraps up today's video. Those were 15 easy and effective ways to reduce lag and make Call of Duty Mobile run better. It doesn't matter if you have a high-end device or a low-end device, this video hopefully helped everybody out, at least to some extent. If this video did help you out, please, all I ask is for you to take just a second, hit that like button and subscribe down below, and let me know down below in the comments if this video did help you, and if you have any other tips that might help people reduce lag on their device. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the video, and I will see you all in the next episode.